Hello everyone, I welcome you all once again to my education channel PRABHAVI Education Hub, and in this video we are going to discuss about Trans-Pacific Partnership and Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. These are the two regional partnership, and this is chapter 15.15. So make sure that you have also watched my previous videos and do subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon also. So as usual we will learn point wise, so let's begin. First we will discuss Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is a new mega regional agreement between 12 Pacific Rim nations, and they are Australia, Brunei, Canada, Chile, Japan, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore and USA. So these are the countries, 12 Pacific Rim countries. They are surrounded around Pacific Rim. Okay, Pacific Ocean, there is a Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean basically surrounded by a rim, and the countries are also somehow on the edge of the rim. Next point. So if it came into existence, because the provisions are still on, there is ongoing process, the negotiations are on. So when it established, it accounts for 40% of the global GDP and around 60% of the merchandise trade they will cover, larger than the existing NAFTA. NAFTA stands for North America Free Trade Area. Okay, so it is larger than NAFTA also. Next point. It encompasses tariff eliminating mega regional trade pacts. Okay, so there are new provisions in this trade Pacific partnership. First one is tariff eliminating mega regional trade pacts. So they are trying to eliminate tariff in all the forms, setting higher global standards for international trade through lower benchmarks for non-tariff barriers. They are trying to also reduce the non-tariff barriers, because these are the concerns of World Trade Organizations also. Okay, next point. More stringent labor and environmental regulations will be there. It means that if it is the provisions related to labor and environment regulation is more stringent, definitely a country like India will suffer, because our outflow, our immigration, the people going from our country to other countries for work purpose, for getting employment over there, will be tougher, because it is already, they are basically making more stringent labor and environment regulation that will hamper our immigration. Next, higher IPRs, intellectual property rights protection. So this is a good thing basically. Next, greater transparency in the government procurement and limiting advantages of state-owned enterprises. So here the state-owned enterprises will also participate into this partnership. Earlier in the mega or the regional partnerships, state-owned enterprises has no say into these kind of agreements, but now the state-owned enterprises are also, the countries of this group or agreement are taking into the consideration, and they but there are provisions limiting advantages to them, but they are participating. That is the major thing here. Next, transparency in the healthcare technology will be there, and competitiveness and supply chain will also be there. Next, what will be the issues related to Trans-Pacific Partnership we will discuss. Internet and digital economy is basically the partnership itself trying to do everything on internet, digital economy. They are trying to digitalize economy of these member countries, 12 Pacific Rim. And the participation of state-owned enterprises, as I told you, is also one of the biggest issue in the global trade and investment. Late January 2017, USA under its new president Mr. Donald Trump pulled out from the ongoing negotiation. So it seems to be the TPP seems to be now getting weaker, because the major partner USA itself withdrawing from it on the ground of protectionism, etc. So it is somehow relief to the countries like India, because many provisions are against the Indian economy benefit, Indian economy contours. Many provisions are against those contours. So somehow India will get relief, at least for temporary period. There is nothing permanent in economic field. So anyhow, next we will discuss Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, TTIP. So TTIP is a newly proposed trade agreement between the European Union and United States. So two partners are there, European Union countries. It is itself a union plus USA. Okay. Next, still under negotiation. It has to be, the target was to finalize it in 2014 only, but still it is under negotiations. Next, touches three broad areas. Number one is market access. Now every country under this agreement, the countries of European Union and United States itself trying to get market access to each and every country, and specific regulations are also required according to the new partnership, and cooperation is needed. Next, features and impact we'll see. It will dilute somehow the regulatory provisions related to promote trade and investment, and also liberalize banking regulation, liberal role and access given to transnational companies, diluting sovereign powers of the nations. So the major concern is the dilution of regulatory provisions, because sovereign powers of nations are also diluted into this partnership, because they are trying to liberalize, too much liberalization they are trying. Next, and it could liberalize 1/3 of global trade and create millions of new jobs. That is the good thing. Next, potential. As per the European Union itself, they understand that this agreement, this partnership will somehow boost European economy by 120 billion pound, and the US economy by 90 billion pound, and the rest of the world by 100 billion pound. Next, it is criticized by mainly by unions, charities, NGOs and environmentalists across the European unions. Many unions are from under the European group, and charities, NGOs, etc. Environmentalists also not, they are criticizing, they are against the partnership. Now there are chances of job losses also, because due to the maximum immigration and all, every country is will try to get jobs of a country where the jobs are easily available. So it will somehow make job losses of the indigenous people, and also low economic gains accruing at the household level. USA dropped out also occurred in this case by late January 2017. So USA withdrawn from TPP also and TTIP also. So it also seems to be becoming very very weak. It is also getting weak, because USA is the major partner of TTIP, and if without USA there is no existence of TTIP. So it is also looking very weak from the economic perspective. So that's all from this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, then give a thumbs up to the video, and do subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon also. Take the screenshot of this slide also to make it as a note for you. That's all. Bye.